This video was made possible by the official SeaBunny Discord server. Talk to friends of the fanbase using the link in the description below. In December of 1984, this is the first jet to join the Autobot ranks. Calculated and compassionate, he will become a crucial asset of the Autobot cause, aiding in exceptional firepower and the potential to taxi around a strike team. 38 years and 7 months later, I started my most ambitious project to date. The plan was simple: build the best version of one of my favorite characters out of LEGO and challenge my building ability. The result? LEGO Transformers G1 SKYFIRE. To give a little context on why this build took so long, I made the first prototype in mid-2023, then only after receiving parts to complete it, MP57 SKYFIRE released, giving me new reference material to make him more accurate. At this point, I had spent so much time and an excessive amount of parts that I wanted it to be released as a celebration for a channel milestone. I set the goal for 5,000 subscribers, and here we are, so thank you all for that. Beginning in jet mode, I'm really happy with the silhouette. Comparing it to the G1 cartoon artwork, SKYFIRE has all the correct color placements. Both cockpits and the bottom viewing window are blue, the wings have continuous red stripes, the jetpack is red with a white roof and stripe, along with the correctly shaped rear end of the plane. Despite the lack of aerodynamics, the shaping is still convincing, and the gappiness doesn't negatively affect the alt mode. Proportionally, the jet mode is slightly chunkier than the cartoon artwork, but I think it works well in the aesthetic that I prefer. For size comparison, he rightfully towers over a minifigure even in jet mode, and next to Nemesis Prime, he looks just about right. I also think he really looks good in some flying action poses along some colleagues. He doesn't completely overpower each frame, but he still displays a certain presence that the character is known for. There's also a bit of interactability as well, with some of his accessories, like posing him alongside some nanofigs, or in a dynamic launch with activated afterburners. Additionally, as a universal feature that every SKYFIRE should have, he can also switch out the faction symbols by merely replacing the tile on the fuselage section behind the cockpit. With that, onto the transformation. And here we have SKYFIRE in robot mode. Similar to jet mode, I'm really happy with the silhouette. Despite the derpy design of SKYFIRE, I think I was able to establish more heroic proportions that give SKYFIRE some real presence. The broad shoulders and beefy calves are two notable points that add bulk to the design. In terms of color blocking, the majority of the jet details, such as the wing stripes and jetpack, are preserved. Along with those details, the transformation unveils SKYFIRE's head sculpt. Despite the limited volume of the head cavity in jet mode, this head isn't too small and still conveys the right amount of detail. Just like in jet mode, the insignias can be swapped easily. And since this is such a large figure, I tried to cover up most of the anti-studs with inverted tiles in order to clean up the surfaces, but I was unable to do the same for some of the more structural parts of the design, such as the wings, upper backpack, and inner thighs. Despite that compromise, the design is still very G1 oriented. I would also like to add that the backpack doesn't compress as much as I would want it to. The jet mode requires a shorter airframe, but considering how the legs and backpack have to mass shift already, I think it still turned out quite effective. It definitely tested my engineering ability, and it gave me a way to try out some new techniques involving extension joints and a variety of bar elements that I'm generally inexperienced with. And again, putting him next to some of the other characters, I can't help but be content with this build. The scale works very well, and being a sneaky faction switcher, SKYFIRE can fit alongside Autobot and Decepticon alike. For articulation, SKYFIRE offers a ball joint at the head, a universal joint for the shoulders, 90-degree elbow bend, below the elbow rotation, wrist rotation, opening hands, universal hips, 90-degree knees, and ball jointed ankles. Accessories wise, SKYFIRE is stacked. First, he has his double-barreled blaster in dark gray that tabs into his thumb, 2 yellow blast effects that can be used both in robot and jet mode, 4 different insignia tiles. Similar to MP57, I also included some nanofigs. We have Optimus Prime, Jazz, Wheeljack, Megatron, Starscream, and Soundwave. This video bordered on taking 3 weeks to craft, and making a video as the sole creator takes a lot of effort. Making the builds as simple as possible for tutorials, but also effective enough for acceptable alt and robot modes, takes a lot of workshop time, not to mention the script writing, filming, and editing. That's why I created the official Seabunny Discord server. On Discord, you can join the small amount of viewers that get to see the behind the scenes of nearly every build, as well as the ability to share your own creations. You get to see builds that never reach the YouTube platform, and you get exclusive access to polls that decide what receives the spotlight. And best of all, Discord is free. All you need to do is click the link in the description to join. With that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.